There's a shift in the market in Utah and around the country. So on this video, let's talk about new builds versus resale homes in today's market with the shift that is occurring. Now, I've done other videos on new construction. Do you remember the one where the builders were raising the purchase price by, let's say, $30,000, $50,000 and telling buyers to either take it or leave it? Well, it's a different market now. And let's talk about the positives and negatives of new construction and resale homes in today's market. And we're getting after it right now. Welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the local area. And on this channel, we talk everything about the state of Utah. And if you'd like to find out more, you may consider tapping that subscribe button down below, hitting that bell notification. You'll receive an alert every time I release a new video. And we do help people buy or sell real estate right here in the local area. So if I can be of any assistance, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, 7 days a week. We got your back when moving to the U state. There has been an increase in the number of new construction homes that are on the market, mostly due to the slowdown in home sales across the country. Utah is no exception. You now have a chance to move into a new build in, say, 30 or 60 days. In the past, you had to do a ground-up build, which would take 8 or 9 months, or maybe try to find a home that was about 50% complete, and you could move in about 3 to 4 months. Now that we have inventory on the market, whether it's a new build or a resale home, what are some of the positives to new construction? Well, first on my list would be it's new. And you also get the modern design floor plan, which the modern designs are the open floor plan type of design. You're also going to get modern colors, and you're going to get new flooring and new HVAC and new roof, new windows, and a home warranty thrown in. If you're building a custom home with a custom builder, you also get to choose like modifications. If you want a larger garage, or maybe an extra bathroom, or an extra bedroom, or maybe a deck out back, or a swimming pool, you get to choose those items throughout the build process. You also get to pick out the colors and the other finished materials that you would like in your custom home. Now, if you are getting a home from one of the big builders that are building hundreds of homes at a time, you will get pre-selected finishes, or what they call like a pre-selected package, where they've already chosen the kitchen cabinets, the countertops, the flooring, the paint colors, but it is done by a professional designer. For the big builders, it's easier and quicker for them to build a home knowing every single material that's already going into that home. They can order the product in advance, and it's ready for the subcontractors to put into the home. Also in new construction, you get some of the modern touches, like the Ethernet plugs right into the wall mount TV outlets so you can hang your TV and plug it right in, electrical outlets in the eaves so you can hang Christmas lights, or a camera system. Now that we know some of the positives of new construction, what about some of the negatives? First on my list will be that you will not likely be in the city center, like say Salt Lake City, Provo, or Ogden. Most of the new builds are on the outsides of major cities. So you may have to drive to grocery stores, restaurants, gyms, movie theaters, home improvement stores, doctor's office. One of the biggest complaints I receive is the smaller lot sizes. It's not uncommon to see 0.1, 0.15, 0.2 of an acre lot. Not uncommon at all. The third of an acre lots, the half acre lots, the 1 acre lots are getting harder and harder to find. After all, builders can make more money on smaller lots. Say you're developing a 10-acre parcel and you're only doing 1 home per acre. On that property, you could only build 10 homes. But if you were to build homes on 0.2 of an acre, then you could build 50 homes in that same 10-acre development. I was actually just down in Lehi, Utah with some clients looking at some new construction, and they own a rather large dog, and the selling agent showed us a home, and we looked at the backyard, and it was like the size of a jail cell, and we looked at each other and go, no, this is not going to work. I know what you're probably thinking. How would you know, Mike, what the size of a jail cell is? Well, I've never been in a jail cell, but I've seen many on TV. Another negative would be what I call the cookie cutter neighborhoods. Most of the builders have about 5 to 6 different floor plans. And when you drive into the development or the neighborhood, you can easily spot the different home designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much looks the same. And also, if you're looking to build, say, from the ground up, it could take 8 to 9 months. And if you're building one of these big custom homes, the multi-million-dollar homes, it's longer than that. It could be 12 to 24 months. But with the shift in the market, there are some new homes available right now. And as we're talking about some high-end build homes, let's say in the price range of $1 million and up, there are not many selections to choose from that are already built in the new construction phase that are ready to be moved in. Most of those homes you would have to build from the ground up. Another negative at the current moment would be the cost of materials. They keep going up. Month after month, this inflation just keeps rising and rising. It doesn't seem to be slowing down. So some builders will put in their contracts that the home price may increase. There also may be delays in construction due to some of the supply chain issues and labor shortages. And I can't forget about my number one negative on the list, and I'm going to call this one crappy craftsmanship. There's no other way to put it. Some of the work out there is really poor. There are some builders that are on my preferred list, as in, we prefer you not work with them. As someone who has built homes before, it really ticks me off the quality of some of the work. We've had labor shortages over the last few years, and there have been stacks and stacks of homes built. And it seems to come with this attitude that you can do a crappy job and get away with it because there's more work right down the road. It seems like there's a lack of experience in some of the trades. But say you're a tile layer or a bricklayer or a framer, and you've been on the job for only maybe 2 months, and you notice that the company is charging, let's say, $7,000 to do the tile job, and you as an installer only getting paid like $500. Some of those individuals decide, well, I'm just going to start my own business. After all, there's plenty of work out there, and once you buy a tile saw and you buy some knee pads, you're ready to go. Now, I'm not talking about all builders, just a few. The ones that I say seem to manage the job site from their pickup truck, they show up at the house, look from a distance, hey, looks good to me, I'm ready to call out the next profession. It doesn't work like that. You and I know that in most professions, it takes years of experience to be good at your trade. I once had a builder tell me, Mike, it only has to look good from 6 feet away. And at the time, I was looking at this crappy tile job. It was crappy, thinking, well, every day that you take a shower, you are going to notice that tile work. Talking about this, I actually have a personal story to share with you. Would you ever have brain surgery with a doctor who has very little experience? Probably not. I have been in that situation. Back in 2009, Thanksgiving of 2009, I needed a brain surgery. Contacted my insurance company, sent me to an individual, very nice person. They told me they've only been in that part of the brain once. Well, that was it for me. I was grabbing my items and I ran out the door. I ran to my car and down the road I went. Did have a happy ending. I found someone at the University of Utah who has performed this particular operation many times, came from San Francisco, and had a successful surgery. I do have a hole in my brain. It is covered with a titanium plate. As I continue on with the negatives, you may have to supply your own window coverings, your own refrigerator, and in some cases your own landscaping and fencing, which could set you back $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. Also, new construction homes with basements will probably be unfinished. If you would like to finish that basement, it may cost you $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, depending on the size and the features that you would like in your basement. If you go with more of a basic basement with just some bedrooms and family room, it'll be on the lower end. But when you start adding kitchens, laundry facilities, bathrooms, home theater systems, home gyms, the cost sure does increase. So as I continue on my list with another negative, and this one confuses some people, but there is little room for price negotiations. I mean, they may throw in a refrigerator, some landscaping, pay for some of your closing costs, but there's usually very little movement on the price. And the main reason is, if they lower the price of the home, your particular home, they may have to lower the price for the other homes that aren't built yet. Let's say, for instance, the home is $550,000 and they lower the price for you to $525,000, it changes the price of the future builds that they have in that development. And in most cases, agents can use that lower price as a comp when they are looking at other homes in development right down the street. And the builder doesn't want you to pay $525,000 when everyone else pays $550,000. News travels fast. So if there's a price reduction, it's usually across the board. All the homes in that development have had a price reduction. The positive and negatives seem to be a long list on new construction. Let's move on to some resale homes. And I would say the number one positive to a resale home is typically it doesn't cost as much as new construction. If you compare square footage price to square footage price, lot size to lot size, typically works out a little bit lower. And also factor in on the new construction if you have to put in a yard, sprinklers, a fence, finished a basement. Sometimes on a resale home, those items are already in the home. They've already put the fencing in. They've already put the landscape in, and they've got the sprinklers in. Sometimes the basements are already finished. Also, another positive, you might be closer to downtown for some of the amenities. Also, if you would like to live in a preferred city or in a preferred neighborhood and you're looking for a home, there may not be no new construction in that particular area, but you could probably find a resale home in that neighborhood. And I run across this a lot. Sometimes people have friends that live in a certain neighborhood, or mom and dad live in a certain neighborhood, and they would like to be close to their relatives. If there's no new construction, there's no new construction. So you could always purchase a resale home and be right next to your friends or relatives. So another positive would be larger lots. Yes, you can find like a quarter acre, third acre, half acre, 1 acre lot. Also, you can put your personal stamp on the home. Some people like to purchase a home that maybe has not been updated in the last 20, 30 years and pick out their own cabinets, their own flooring, their own paint. After all, we know most builders buy the cheapest quality they usually can find and put it into the house. Some people would like to buy high quality items, high quality paint, 3-tone paint, nice kitchen cabinets, but design the home to their specific taste. Another positive is you get the mature landscaping, those full-grown trees, so you get the privacy and the shade, and you get to move in a little bit quicker usually. You also will get that finished landscaping, the fencing, the basement on some homes already finished, basically ready to move in. Also, you get to negotiate the price, and if there's any repairs that need done on the home, you can negotiate those into the price or have the seller fix those items. How about some negatives to a resale home? I guess first on my list would be if you find a home that's got a closed floor plan where it's got all individual rooms for, say, the kitchen, the dining area, etc., and you want the open floor plan, you may have to do major construction to bring it to your particular layout that you would like. Removing walls. Also, if the interior is dated, you're going to have to spend money to upgrade the home. But on the other hand, you could probably get a little bit of a discount off the home because it hasn't been updated in a few years. Another negative, maybe there are some maintenance issues that need to be done further down the road. I mean, right now the home inspector might say the HVAC, the roof, the plumbing is okay, but down the road it might quit and you might have to spend some money replacing those items. So in conclusion, that's some of my positives and negatives on new construction and resale homes. If you have any kind of questions, by all means reach out to me. Glad to answer anything that I can. Till the next video, take care and stay safe.